when I left, you kept a toothbrush at your place, the last sign I ever existed in your universe. Time skips by, coffee goes cold, the sun will rise and falls as we grow old. A lasting glimmer of hope around what could have been. Why didn't you throw it away? Time skips by and coffee stays warm. When you're not around, your hoodies were warm. I'll take a what if to an oh well, because then hearts aren't torn. Before anyone else, you have to love yourself. But if you want to learn to swim, you have to jump off the pier. So, teach me to love in a modern era. Teach me to love in a time of first impressions prior to swiping right or left. A time long after judgment came from personality, but now on profile pictures.
Study their personality, their body language, translating movements into emotions and emotions into signs. You are looking for any sign or quiver that they might be even remotely interested in you or what you have to say, let alone want to go on a second date. They're talking faster and faster, and you're trying to delve into their past, their cracks, their history. You're hanging on to every word, looking between the lines, trying to understand their story. When it's your turn to talk, you fear them texting their friend under the table saying, "Oh, she bores me." So you start exaggerating your words. It's all completely absurd because you don't even know if you're ready to commit yet. Here you sit opposite to someone, opening themselves up for you to view, analysing everything you do. This voice holds their personality for you to undo, and now you're looking at the prospect of one becoming two, and that is scary. Or at least it is to you, because every time you let someone in, their patient begins to wear things, go from dating fancy gin to throwing shit around in the kitchen, screaming, "Because when it comes to love, you never win." And you don't want this to happen to you. Not again. You look around for an escape, but this restaurant is some sort of prison pen. You need some support, some time to slow down your fall. Nerves beckons you, turn and say all too loudly, "Excuse me, friend," and run to the toilet to call your mate, to tell him that you're not ready and you need to get the fuck off of this date. That you're not ready, that you can't keep your hands steady, that you're riddled with anxiety and you need a moment to speak to him quietly. And to breathe. Because you don't want to go through it again. You remember this feeling, you remember the pain. You know how long it took for you to extract these thoughts from your head, and if it wasn't for him on the other end of the phone, you'd probably be dead.
Calm down!
He says.
You're just overthinking. You've got to take a second to reset.
That's right.
You've got to forgive to forget. You can't tar everyone with the same brush. You've only just met them. You don't need to tell them everything, for there is no rush.
So fucking right.
You've worked so hard. You're such a beautiful young girl. You've got nothing to fear. And if you ever get scared, come find me, because I'm always here. Remember, if you want to learn to swim, you've got to jump off the end of the pier. Keep your head up. I love you. Best of luck.
I take a moment to wash my hands and wash my face in the mirror. She wipes her eyes dry with the tears and the fear so that she can see clearer.
Pulls down her top lip and tries to regain her composure.
Gets ready to walk back into Harriet with the interest of full disclosure.
And you breathe.
Get fucked! Useless prick! This is my stage, my world! I shall command! Ladies and gentlemen, you have probably come here this evening because you had nothing to do. And for those of you that have intentionally come here, what are you? Artistic masochists? You really enjoy watching this crap, the pretense. Anyway, 'tis better for us, at least tonight, we will eat something. Boys, if the director leaves us some money, which I strongly doubt. However, tonight you have come here to witness a show, to watch something and to judge something else. The actors are going to perform this weird text of which they didn't get shit. There are no morals, only offences. So for anyone who is heart-weakened, delicate, or they simply like to disturb others, you know where the exits are. From where you have come, you can easily go back. Now, I gently ask you to switch off your phones and fasten your seatbelts. We are going to land in an hour. After we have landed, please forget everything you have witnessed.
That's funny. I figured there's more than one kind of love. Two, actually. Maybe more, but I haven't experienced the others, and really, this is all just about me. So, the first kind, my favorite kind, that's why it's the first. Get it? I love it. I find it most in Jesse. But I could find it in you. I could definitely find it in you. Maybe you. Oh, but I could find it in you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and God, I could find it in all of you. The first kind is like being hooked to an electrical current and just shocked. In a good way. It's so good. I'm not good with my words really, but I'm good with my lips. Huh. That's probably why... Whatever. I don't care. I don't care about a lot really, but I love like crazy. Oh, stop it, you're distracting me. That that is what the first kind is like. It's distracting. It takes you away from it all logic, all sense. Sensual, sexual. Silly, really, but isn't that what love is? So, I like the first kind. It's the kind I live for, the kind I dream about, and then I wake up all hot. Oh my God, so hot. And then it comes over you in almost like unbearable shivers, but oh, it comes. And then it's gone. Until it comes again. Oh my God, I love it when it comes again. Anyway, that's the first kind, and I figure that's all I can say because I feel like it needs to be expressed, not said, but here I am, saying it, remembering it. But then I guess it's time to talk about the second kind. And to go into that, I need to let you in on a little secret. A teeny, tiny little secret which revolves around my husband. I know, but you didn't think I could survive on my own, did ya? Imagine on this carriage? Jeez, but, I know it's bad. But, isn't it all? That's why we're all here. To be bad. But I know. And my husband, God bless him. He's so good, religious man. And all of that bores me to death. And that bed. Oh my God, I have not slept in those sheets since the last time. Remember when I said that my husband was a good man? I lied. He likes to drink. I mean, they all like to drink, but this is a different kind of liquor. It's old liquor. He doesn't get squiffy like Jesse. He doesn't grab me in the same way. He likes to grab me by the hair, by the legs, by the waist, by the neck. Oh, it all sounds so good, doesn't it? Well, it isn't. It isn't. I hate it. But it's all the same. And that's what makes it so hard, because it's all the same to them. Anyway, he loves me. But him, with his old liquor and old cigars, and when he gets all boozed in a smoky, scary haze of just complete blinding fury, there's just really nothing I can do, just look into those squiffy eyes and say, I'm so sorry, Harry. It will never happen again. I love my job. I love my job, Harry. Please let me stay. I'd do it for you, baby. When I'm up there shaking it, I'm shaking it for you. And sometimes it works. And he melts into a stinking puddle of whiskey, and I step right in it, and it ruins my stockings, but hey, at least my toes are only wet this time, right? But sometimes he's too blind to even hear me. He just sees some whore and he goes for it. And it hurts. Sometimes it hurts a lot. Anyway. Silly Harry. I love him, though. I couldn't live without him. I couldn't live with all of it, but that's just part of the cycle. I hear them talking about it, you know, the cycle, and I just figure this is part of mine. Two kinds of love on a wheel. But I'm not dizzy. Not yet, because I go from arm to arm, a thin, tickly arm and a big, strong arm. 2 arms. I got 2 arms. Anyway, that's just how I feel. And I don't know that much about it. But I feel quite sad, actually. I think I'm actually gonna go find that Harry. Get those big ol' arms around me. There's only so long you can be tickled. That starts to hurt too after a while. Anyway.
If you're singing, like, yeah, embrace that rather than hiding it. then fast. Go, go, go. And slow, 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 slow. That was perfect. That was actually gorgeous. Keep that like R sound, it's really beautiful. Start to go into that crashing noise again. Yeah. The singing fade out. Fade out the singing. Yeah, gorgeous. Right, we'll stop there.
If I Fall, performed by Tom Price and Leah Watson, is a scene that shows two young people discovering their feelings for each other. Whilst I was writing the scene, I wanted to explore how subtext could be used to help characters talk about difficult subjects and how this would work when the characters had such opposing personalities. Would they be able to figure out what the other person is trying to say, or would their meaning just keep getting missed?
If I fell from the sky, would you catch me?
No. I wouldn't be able to. You'd be falling so fast. Even if I was in the right place at the right time, the impact of you on my arms would rip them right off my body.
Arms are stupid anyway.
They're actually quite useful. Why would you be falling from the sky anyway?
I don't know. Maybe I live in a cloud. That one kind of looks like a castle. Maybe if I live there and no one else is with me, and I just spend the days walking through the long, empty cloud corridors until one day I get so lonely I walk right to the edge of the grand castle gardens, which have little cloud shrubberies and elephants and giraffes, and I look at all the people down below.
You wouldn't be able to see the people.
If it was a low cloud, I would. They'd be tiny little Playmobil people, all walking to school. And suddenly this urge to join them would swirl inside of me and I'd step off the edge of the cloud.
I thought you hated school.
It's not so bad. If I've got someone to talk to.
You can't live on a cloud. They're made of water particles. You'd fall right through them.
That's why I need you to catch me. I know, you like your arms too much. Maybe I should ask someone else.
That's stupid. No one else would be able to catch you.
Someone might be willing to try.
Then they're stupid too. They die. You both die, and that's stupid. It's all stupid. You can't live on a cloud.
You could live there with me.
What happens when it rains?
Maybe it won't ever rain.
You live in England, it always rains.
ever wished that you could control the weather?
Not really.
You've never woken up in the morning, opened your curtains and sat by the window, wishing for a grey sky to turn to blue?
I've got blinds.
Harry! Will you just listen to me? Will you just listen to me? If we moved to a desert, we could live in our cloud castle forever. We could run through the cloud gardens and we could go cloud sledding. And the beds would be so soft we could fall asleep for hours and no one would wake us until we were ready. And we could sit with our legs dangling over the edge, watching the Playmobil people and eating sticks of cloud like candy floss.
There aren't many clouds in the desert.
There must be one. We only need one.
I think, really, it'll be quite hard to get on top of a cloud.
Yeah. I guess.
But we could always fly.
I hate flying.
It's actually really rather very safe. Statistics say you're more likely to die in a car.
Still, the smell of aeroplanes makes me feel sick. I get this clamping around my chest like someone's trying to pinch my heart. Living on a cloud was a stupid idea.
Sometimes I wish it was colder. The weather, I mean, I've never wanted to control the weather, but sometimes I thought it would be nicer if it was colder. I like to wear jumpers.
I like your jumpers.
Thank you.
I imagine it'd be quite cold in a cloud.
Approximately 18 degrees. 18 degrees is cold enough.
Good. If you're on the cloud with me, who's going to catch me if I fall?
I thought the only reason you jumped was because you were lonely.
What if I slip?
Clouds aren't particularly slippy.
What if I just fall from the roof? Would you catch me then?
What are you doing on the roof?
Dancing!
I like it when you dance.
I probably shouldn't be dancing on the roof.
I'd catch you.
I know it's almost impossible, and you like your arms and all. And it would be messy, but I think if I was falling from the sky, I'd still like you to catch me.
Okay.
Okay?
We'd be all squished and bloody together.
And someone could scrape us off the pavement like roadkill.
If you like.
When I was around about 5 years old, I started to take ballet classes. And when I started to take ballet classes, I started to walk on my tiptoes inside and outside of class because I wanted to be a ballerina inside and outside of class. When my mum found out that this would cause me joint problems in the future, she told me of this monster. She called it the Googly monster. She told me that this monster would bite my heel whenever I walked on my tiptoes. I was petrified from this, but she said, "We'll be okay. As long as you learn to walk heel toe, heel toe. So my friend had a pregnancy scare over the summer, which isn't ideal. So as soon as we found out, headed to the local 24-hour shop, grabbed a test, 2 for £7. I personally thought it was a bargain. Then we just went into the cubicles that they have there, and she went in, we stayed out, and we just load of encouragement. Took her a minute or so. She wasn't pregnant, which is good for her. So celebrating, all good. We didn't realise that there was a poor little lady stuck in the cubicle next door, and I think she was just scared to come out as soon as we came in and realised what we were doing. When she actually did come out, she just gave us this lovely little smile, and she just kind of scurried out. She didn't wash her hands.
I never really wanted children.
I'm really fucking brooding.
If I can't protect myself, if I can't stand up for myself, if I can't look after myself, then why would I want to bring another life into this world?
They just smell really good.
Become a primary school teacher so that you have the holidays and you can be with your children and your family. It's the best job for a woman. Yeah. There are certain foods which are eaten in a manner entirely different from others. For instance, asparagus is one of the few foods which can be eaten with your fingers. Fair. Give that a go. My mother always uses emojis on messages, and I love it. My mum is the strongest woman I know. She gives me so much inspiration. Gaia is the goddess of the earth. She will fight back when she is taken advantage of. Pain and sacrifice in the name of unconditional love. I'm scared of having a C-section. The world is going to shit and no one is doing anything. Listen to David Attenborough. Can you help me? Mother Nature.
Oh God, no.
It is sometime in spring. I am 15 years old and I am on a family holiday to Wales in Easter. I am standing at the top of Mount Snowdon, looking at the valleys below, and I don't feel right. I'm aware that I'm feeling a way I shouldn't. It will be 2 years before I speak to anyone about it.
Oh my God.
It normally is pretty sensitive.
It is sometime in summer. I am 20 years old and I am lying in bed. It is late morning. My parents have already left for work and I am alone in the house except the cat. I'm about to get up and make a coffee. I will then roll a joint and smoke it. I will sit at my computer for the rest of the day. I will not speak. I will get up 5 more times that day. Once to go to the toilet. Once to make lunch. Once again to make dinner. And 2 more times to smoke 2 more joints. I'll make sure I'm either in bed or having a bath by the time my parents get home. It is sometime in autumn. I am 21 years old and I am walking through the halls of Norfolk and Norwich Radiology Department. I am following my mum, who is following the nurse. It is not the first time I've been in A&E. It is not the first time I've been in A&E with a broken hand. It is not the first time I've been in A&E with a broken hand from punching something harder than me. I cannot remember what started the argument with my mum. But all I remember is her looking at me through the hole in my bedroom door. In some time, the nurse will turn around and say, "At least you didn't punch another person." I've never punched another person. Later I will be told I am lucky the window was double glazed. Later I will be told to punch something softer next time. There wasn't a next time. It is sometime in winter. I'm 22 years old and I'm standing outside the Bell Hotel pub in Norwich. I'm talking to an old and very close friend. I've not spoken to him much recently. He tells me that a short time back he tried to kill himself. He tells me it with a frank practicality. He tells me it as if it is something to get out of the way. He tells me he fell out with his girlfriend again. He tells me his mum is in trouble with the police again. He tells me he didn't do well in second year again. He tells me he is fine now. He has not replied to my messages since September. There is something about a space or a void that is entirely different from a mathematical volume, Dylan. It is not the awareness that there is an area, it is the astute acknowledgement that there is something missing.